Also, I had one client ask for a FaceTime, and I was just wondering how to say no to that, or um redirect the conversation or something.
I would always want to understand why they want that
Mm-hmm.
side. And it would be contextual on when they've asked and kind of how they've asked it. But whether I ask directly or I can just tell based on how the conversation has unfolded, if they're wanting FaceTime because they want to see my face before booking me because they're not confident of how I look, then the way I would deal with that would be saying, all my photos are recent and unedited. Here are some more selfies. I would send videos, like rest assured, you'll be very pleased with how I look when you meet me.
Mm-hmm.
And for a sake of discretion, I don't send anything before the meeting. That's how I would deal with that. If there was something else that they were wanting to do the FaceTime for, so for example, let's say you wanted to get ID for screening, right? And there are some clients who are really sensitive about sending their ID. They might
Mm-hmm.
suggest, oh, can we do a FaceTime video instead? Because they might think that you're just wanting to make sure they're real. So that's a different scenario. They're not asking you because they're worried about you. They're asking you because they're trying to provide an alternative to something you've asked for. So in that situation, I would be saying to them that that's really about screening. It's not about the FaceTime call. So I would be focused on, John, for sake of safety, I do need to do some sort of screening. If you've seen escorts before, I'm sure you understand. What are you
Mm-hmm.
comfortable with? And you'll find that serious clients will actually, just like the example I've just given, they will actually try to work with you. They will say, oh, I'm not going to send photo ID, but what about this? And like I was speaking to a girl the other day, and when she gets clients from Washington that tend to, for obvious reasons, not want to send photo ID, she'll do a FaceTime call. I mean, she doesn't have to have her camera on, where she can have them show their ID so that she can see that it matches their face, and she'll take down their name and then she'll go Google their name. Then for the client, they've got nothing digitally sent of a record of them being in contact with you, which is what they're concerned about. But they still understand that you want proof of who they are.
Okay. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, so always ask why. If they're just
Mm-hmm.
fucking around, texting
Yeah.
you, you've sent photos, you've sent videos, and they're like, oh, I couldn't book you without seeing your face, like they're just fucking with you. They're not really concerned about it.
Mm-hmm.
If they really care about the face, then they can go book a full face escort. There are plenty of them online.
Yeah. Yeah.
Does that happen with you that they try and want to do FaceTime?
Um, I've had people in the past ask, and I had someone ask today. Um, but I don't think they were gonna be serious about booking in the first place. But I've heard of girls heard talking about FaceTime and requests for that, so I just wasn't sure the appropriate way to respond at first.
Is that something that you'd be comfortable doing in any scenario?
I don't think so, no. Because also I don't have FaceTime capabilities with the number I'm using, so I wouldn't know how that would even work logistically, but maybe in the future, but I wouldn't want to show my face just for privacy concerns.
Okay, cool. Well, yeah, I think it's unlikely then that a serious client, some girls will send face selfies. They just don't want them online, or they will do a FaceTime after the client has screened and paid a deposit, in which case you can say, after you screen and pay the deposit, I'm happy to do a FaceTime. And if you want to cancel, as long as I've been given 24 hours notice, I'll refund your deposit. But if it's just not an option at all, then I would just stick with finding out what they want it for and then try to deal with the actual issue, whether that
Mhm.
be the authenticity or whether that be uh, your or something else, which is often to do with the privacy and the screening.
Yeah. Okay.
If you want to learn more escorting tips, just click the link below this video.